My beloved child, before your mind tries to rush ahead, pause right here and listen carefully, because what I'm about to unfold has been quietly confirmed, not whispered, not guessed, but sealed with clarity, and if you skip even a moment, you'll miss the thread that connects your heart to the truth you've been sensing for weeks. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Right now, as these words reach you, a chapter you never officially closed is already moving forward, and the reason your intuition hasn't been letting you rest is because your special person's path has reached a point of no return, a moment that doesn't scream loudly but changes everything silently. So stay right here, breathe, and don't look away, because every second from now on matters. What makes this moment different from all the others is not coincidence, it's confirmation, the kind that arrives when patterns finally line up and unanswered feelings begin to make sense, and if your heart suddenly feels heavy or strangely calm, that's because deep down you already knew something big was approaching. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. You may be wondering why this information is finding you now, at this exact time, and the truth is that certain revelations only arrive when you're strong enough to receive them, when your mind can handle clarity without breaking, and what you're about to realize next week will explain why recent signs felt louder, clearer, almost impossible to ignore. There is a reason the word leaving has been echoing around you. Not as a loss, not as an ending, but as a shift that reshapes connections, priorities, and emotions, and the most surprising part is not the departure itself, but who stands beside them when that moment comes into reality. Stay focused, don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. If you felt sudden distance mixed with unexplained warmth, if conversations felt unfinished yet meaningful, it's because decisions have already been made behind the scenes, decisions that don't cancel feelings but test their depth, and this is where your story and their next step quietly intersect. What happens next week is not random timing, it's the result of choices layered over time, choices that were delayed, reconsidered, and finally accepted, and when you understand who they are leaving with, you'll also understand why the universe kept nudging you to pay attention right now. Stay till the end, don't skip. So hold this moment with me, because this is only the beginning of the reveal, and as this confirmation continues to unfold, you'll realize that this isn't meant to hurt you or confuse you, but to prepare you, strengthen you, and open your eyes to a truth that changes how you see everything from this point forward. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Listen very carefully now, because this is the point where most people lose focus, and that's exactly why you must not. What I'm about to say only makes sense if you stay fully present, so don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. And every word from here is connected to the confirmation you just felt settling inside your chest. The truth is, this departure was not sudden, it was prepared in silence, step by step, behind calm expressions and normal conversations, and the reason it feels shocking now is because you were never meant to know until the timing aligned perfectly. Your special person didn't wake up one day and decide this, they arrived here after many internal battles, and that alone changes how you should see what's coming next week. What most people don't realize is that leaving with someone doesn't always mean choosing them over you, sometimes it means choosing growth, responsibility, or a path that felt unavoidable, and that's why your emotions have felt confusing lately. Half pulling you forward, half asking you to hold on. Don't skip, because the identity of the person they're leaving with carries a meaning deeper than appearance. Here's where I need you to pause the video for 1 second in your mind and ask yourself something important. Have you noticed how their energy shifted, not colder, not distant, but heavier, like someone carrying a decision they can't explain yet? That weight exists because this confirmation involves consequences, consequences that affect more than one heart, including yours, so stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Before this goes any further, make sure you support this message by sharing it with someone who needs clarity. Drop your thoughts in the comments so this story reaches the right people, and subscribe right now because what unfolds next will only make sense if you stay connected. Don't skip, because the next realization changes how you interpret everything you thought you knew. The person they are leaving with is not a stranger to their life, not a random presence, but someone whose role was underestimated, someone who represents stability, obligation, or a future that felt safer on paper, and this is why the confirmation feels heavy rather than dramatic. It's not about excitement, it's about acceptance. What hurts and heals at the same time is understanding that feelings don't disappear just because paths diverge, and next week's departure doesn't erase the bond you shared. Instead, it exposes how real it was, because only real connections make goodbyes feel this loud even before they happen. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. As this part closes, remember this clearly: you are not behind, you are not losing, and you are not being replaced. You are being positioned to see the truth without illusion, and when the full picture reveals itself, you'll realize that this confirmation wasn't meant to break you, but to prepare you for a shift that works in your favor. Stay till the end, don't skip. At this stage of the story, clarity begins to feel uncomfortable, because once confirmation exists, denial no longer protects you, and that's why this part matters more than you realize. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you, and every sentence here tightens the connection between truth and timing. What hasn't been said out loud yet is that this leaving is not just physical movement, it's an emotional crossing, a line drawn between what was familiar and what now feels necessary, and your special person knows that once they step forward, there's no returning to the version of things that existed before this week. You might think the pain comes from distance, but the deeper impact comes from understanding, because now you see that this wasn't about confusion or indecision, it was about alignment, and alignment doesn't ask for permission, it arrives when the inner conflict finally settles. Don't skip, because this realization reshapes how you see your own strength. There is a quiet detail hidden inside this confirmation that most people miss, and that detail is intention. They are leaving with someone who represents a direction, not just companionship, and that distinction explains why your heart sensed seriousness rather than excitement, wait rather than thrill. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. If you replay past conversations in your mind, you'll notice moments where words felt carefully chosen, pauses lasted a little longer, and future talk felt restrained, and those moments were not accidents, they were signs of someone protecting both you and themselves from a truth that wasn't ready to surface yet. Here's the part that shifts everything. This confirmation doesn't place you behind them, it places you ahead of illusion, because now you are no longer guessing, no longer waiting for mixed signals, and that clarity, although heavy at first, becomes power once you stop resisting it. Don't skip, stay till the end. What's coming next week will look ordinary to the outside world, but internally it marks the closing of a chapter that shaped you deeply, and the opening of awareness that frees you from emotional suspense, which is why this message found you now and not later. As this segment settles in, understand this with certainty. Nothing meaningful you shared was wasted, nothing real was erased by this leaving, and when the full picture completes itself, you'll see that this confirmation is not the end of your story, but the point where your story finally belongs to you. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Now listen with even more focus than before, because this is where the meaning behind everything finally tightens into one clear direction, and if you drift for even a moment, you'll miss the shift that was designed specifically for you. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason this confirmation didn't arrive as chaos or shock, but as a steady, unavoidable knowing, because what's unfolding is not meant to destabilize you, it's meant to remove uncertainty, and uncertainty was the only thing keeping you emotionally paused while life waited for you to move forward. Your special person leaving next week is not the climax people expect, it's the signal that your role in this story was never to chase or compete, but to recognize when a connection has completed its purpose, and that realization carries more power than holding on ever could. Don't skip, because this awareness changes how you value yourself. Before this message goes any further, take a second to support it by sharing this video with someone who feels stuck in emotional waiting. Leave your thoughts in the comments so this clarity reaches others who need it, and subscribe now because what follows only makes sense when you stay connected till the very end. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. The person they are leaving with may appear to have certainty, direction, and a clear plan, but what you possess is something different and far rarer: emotional truth. And emotional truth doesn't always walk beside people when they leave, but it stays with them long after, shaping how they remember what mattered. This is why your presence in their life won't vanish just because paths separate, because impact is not measured by proximity, it's measured by transformation, and you were not a temporary chapter, you were a turning point. Stay till the end, don't skip. What happens after next week will slowly reveal why this confirmation came as preparation rather than loss, because once the waiting ends, your energy returns to you, your focus sharpens, and opportunities that couldn't reach you before finally align. So as this part closes, hold this truth firmly. You are not watching someone else move ahead, you are being released to move into your own clarity, strength, and direction, and when the final understanding settles in, you'll realize that this moment was not about them leaving, but about you finally arriving. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Stay completely present now, because this part speaks directly to the moment after the confirmation settles, the moment when silence feels louder than words, and that's exactly why you must not skip. Stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you, and every line here carries the weight of what comes next. Once the idea of them leaving becomes real, your mind naturally searches for what you could have changed, said, or done differently, but the truth is far more grounding than that, because some paths are chosen not because something failed, but because something reached its limit, and limits are not failures. They are signals of completion. There is a quiet power in recognizing that you were never meant to walk beside them into this next phase, and that power doesn't come from distance, it comes from acceptance, because acceptance returns your energy to you instead of tying it to unanswered questions. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. What makes this confirmation unforgettable is not the departure itself, but the clarity it brings to your own emotional position, because now you see that waiting was costing you growth, and this moment frees you from that pause without asking you to erase what was meaningful. As this message continues to reach people who need it, support it by sharing it with someone who is still holding on to uncertainty, and let your perspective be seen in the comments so this clarity travels further than just this moment. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Your special person leaving with someone else does not reduce the value of what you shared, it reveals it, because only deep connections leave this kind of echo, and that echo becomes the proof that what you felt was real, not imagined or exaggerated. What unfolds after they leave is not emptiness, but space, space for alignment, space for self-respect, and space for opportunities that require you to be fully present rather than emotionally divided. Stay till the end, don't skip. So hold this understanding gently but firmly. This confirmation is not pushing you away from something good, it's pulling you towards something more honest, more stable, and more aligned with who you are becoming, and that realization is the quiet beginning of a chapter that finally belongs to you. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Now let this sink in deeply, because this part is not about what they are doing next week, it's about what shifts inside you from this moment forward, and if you miss this, you miss the purpose of the confirmation itself. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. When someone leaves with another person, the mind immediately tries to measure, compare, and question worth, but the truth stands outside comparison, because what you shared was never competing with anything, it existed on its own timeline, serving its own purpose, and that purpose has now been fulfilled. The calm that begins to replace confusion is not numbness, it's clarity taking shape, and clarity feels strange at first because it doesn't carry drama, it carries direction, and direction doesn't shout, it quietly realigns your focus. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. You may notice that your thoughts slowly shift from why to what now, and that shift is powerful, because why keeps you tied to the past, while what now opens the door to movement, growth, and grounded decisions that serve you rather than drain you. What this confirmation truly gives you is permission to stop interpreting signs, to stop waiting for messages that never fully arrive, and to stop holding space for uncertainty, and that permission is a gift many people never receive this clearly. As this message continues its path, let it be supported by sharing it with someone who is stuck in emotional waiting, because clarity multiplies when it's passed forward, and understanding deepens when it's voiced. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Your special person leaving next week is not the loss of connection, it's the end of emotional suspense, and suspense was the heaviest part, heavier than distance itself, because it kept you paused between hope and reality. So as this part comes to rest, understand this with certainty. You are stepping out of waiting and into awareness, and awareness doesn't close doors, it reveals the ones that were always meant for you, and what waits beyond this clarity will feel lighter, steadier, and unmistakably right. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Hold your attention right here, because this is where everything you've heard so far starts forming a clear emotional shape, and if you rush past this part, you'll miss the meaning hidden beneath the confirmation. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. What you're feeling now is not just acceptance, it's emotional maturity taking its place, the kind that doesn't need explanations from others to feel grounded, because it understands that not every connection is meant to last forever to be meaningful. There is a subtle shift happening inside you, where attachment loosens and self-respect strengthens, and that shift is quiet but permanent, because once you see the truth clearly, you can't unsee it. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Your special person leaving next week marks the end of emotional guessing, and emotional guessing is what kept your energy scattered, but now that guessing dissolves, your focus returns to you, sharper, calmer, and more aligned with your real needs. If you look back honestly, you'll see that you were already preparing for this without realizing it, becoming stronger, more aware, less dependent on reassurance, and this confirmation simply completes a process that was already underway. What remains now is not emptiness, but readiness, readiness to receive something that doesn't require uncertainty to feel alive, and that readiness is the quiet reward for enduring emotional ambiguity with grace. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. As this part settles, hold this truth close. Nothing has been taken from you, something has been clarified for you, and clarity is the foundation of peace, growth, and forward movement, and what waits beyond this clarity will meet you without confusion. Stay till the end, don't skip. So remain here with this awareness, because the final understanding is approaching, and when it arrives, you'll recognize that this confirmation was not an ending you feared, but a transition you needed. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Stay with me without drifting now, because this part stretches deeper than anything said before, and if you allow your attention to wander, you'll miss the layer that explains why this confirmation feels so heavy yet strangely relieving. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you, and it has been forming quietly long before this moment. When a truth finally arrives, it doesn't rush in loudly, it settles slowly, rearranging your emotions one by one, and that is exactly what is happening to you right now. The mind may still replay memories, but the heart has already begun to loosen its grip, not out of weakness, but out of understanding that holding on was never meant to be permanent. There is an invisible boundary that has now been crossed, where hope transforms into self-awareness, and longing gives way to dignity, and this transition is subtle enough that many people miss it, but if you're listening closely, you can feel it happening inside you. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. What makes this moment powerful is that you are no longer imagining different outcomes, no longer building futures that depend on someone else's decisions, and that release creates a calm strength that feels unfamiliar at first, because you're used to emotional movement driven by anticipation rather than certainty. Your special person leaving next week is not removing something from your life, it's removing uncertainty from your path, and uncertainty was the invisible weight you carried every day without realizing how much it shaped your thoughts, your reactions, and your emotional energy. As clarity settles, you may notice that your standards quietly rise, not out of pride, but out of respect for yourself, because once you've experienced emotional ambiguity, you recognize the value of peace, consistency, and mutual presence, and you stop accepting less than what aligns with your growth. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. This is the phase where your inner voice grows clearer, where you stop asking the universe for signs and start trusting your own perception, because the confirmation you received didn't just answer a question about them, it answered a question about you and what you truly deserve. So remain grounded in this awareness, because this part is stretching you into emotional independence, and emotional independence doesn't isolate you, it prepares you for connections that arrive without confusion, without hesitation, and without emotional strain, and when that arrives, you'll understand why this moment had to unfold exactly as it did. Don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Remain absolutely still with your attention now, because this is the stage where understanding turns into transformation, and if you rush past it, you'll miss the quiet shift that changes how you move forward from this point on. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. By now, you can feel that the story is no longer about their departure, it's about the space that opens inside you once the waiting dissolves, and that space is not empty, it's clear, calm, and ready, even if you haven't fully realized what it's preparing you for yet. There is a difference between missing someone and missing uncertainty, and what fades first is uncertainty, because once clarity arrives, the mind stops circling unanswered questions, and that alone brings a level of peace that felt unreachable before. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. You may notice that memories no longer pull at you the same way, not because they lost meaning, but because they've found their place, and when memories are placed instead of chased, they stop controlling your present moment. What you're stepping into now is emotional ownership, the ability to carry your experiences without being defined by them, and this is where your power quietly returns, not through force, but through grounded self-awareness that doesn't need validation. The most important realization here is that your life does not pause when someone leaves, it refocuses, and refocusing allows you to see paths, people, and opportunities that were invisible while your attention was divided. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. This confirmation didn't take something away from you, it gave you alignment. And alignment feels like relief disguised as sadness until you understand that it's guiding you towards something steadier and more fulfilling. So let this awareness settle without resistance, because this is the moment where emotional closure completes itself naturally, and when the final understanding arrives, you'll recognize that this was never about loss, but about clarity making room for what truly belongs with you. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you.